friends at Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com,
Reviews for science.
in 7 minutes or less.
Parade. It looks like it's themed after Alice in Wonderland with a Cheshire cat. Very, very pretty box. Very pretty cards. I really like the purple, silver, and yellow they have going on. I think this is really well looking game. It looks very nice. So how this game plays, and then again, then the pictures from Alice in Wonderland, which it never really says, probably due to copyrights.
Does it not say?
I don't think it does.
Oh.
It says you're in a parade.
Well, this is totally Alice in Wonderland. We have a
it
Mad
is.
Hatter.
Well, here's Alice right here, if you can see it. So,
Yeah.
in the Cheshire Cat. So it is Alice in Wonderland. So what's happening is there are cards out here that are forming a parade. And what you're going to do on your turn is play one of the cards from your hand. And depending on what you play, you'll pick up cards. So if I play this purple 4, there are no purples. So you play it at the end of the parade, so you just determine which is the end and which is the beginning. So it's going to be the end of the parade. So I played this purple 4. And so I would skip 4 cards because it's a 4, and then I would look to see what I pick up from here, and I pick up anything that's lower than the card, or equal to, or the same color. So it's just this 2, and I put it in front of me. And the goal of the game is to be at the end of the game, be the person with the least amount of points. And each of these cards is worth their number of points that it's determined here. So I just gained 2 points. You're going to have to gain cards in this game. And so that's how it's going to go around. The play, you're just going to play your cards, and you're going to pick up whatever cards. If you play a 9, I don't have to pick up any because it covers, there's 7, so I don't have to pick up any. And so that's how the game goes. If you end up getting the most of one color, you flip them over, and they all count just for 1 point. So if you do have to pick up cards, you want to pick all of the same color. So it's the fewer amount of points. Simplicity versus complexity.
This game is simple in rule set. If I play a 2, the first 2 cards are ineligible for me to pick up, and the rest I check for their eligibility. If I play a 0, then everything's eligible. So oftentimes I would play a 10 so that if there are not 10 cards here, I don't have to pick up anything that turn. I don't gain any points. So it's simple. I mean, we just explained it. But it's really complex in strategy. So a lot of times people will be sitting there with just analysis paralysis, counting cards over and over again, trying to add up, because you're constantly trying to figure out which cards in your hands will give you which cards will force you to pick up the cards down here at the end of the parade, and then people are trying to remember what they counted so they can add up the points, and it just starts being very bogged down. The simplicity's there in the rules, but not so much in the play.
Yeah, because it's hard to know, because like Tom said, and we briefly mentioned, you've got a certain number of cards that aren't eligible, and then after that, and it changes. So you can try to do it, and I try to do it before my turn. I try to figure out, okay, so that's there, so I can get this, but it's going to change. Right before my turn, it changes. And so it's really hard, because if Tom ends up taking 3 cards, I'm like, okay, my numbers are all different, so I have to recount. So there is an analysis paralysis, and you've got 5 cards, so you're going to try maybe do it 5 times. You're going to count 5 times. And so, yeah, to know how to maximize your turn, it's a little bit more complex than the rules we explained. Luck versus strategy.
This game is pretty lucky. You draw a card at the end of each turn, and it's a shared luck. Everyone's got this shared deck. But I mean, we played a 5-player game the other day, and I saw somebody not really pick up cards until the very end. So his score was just really low, which was a winning score, and then he still lost. I mean, that's lucky. Like, it was just crazy. But I mean, then again, there's a lot of strategy here. Are you going to place a 10 knowing you'll have to pick up any amount of cards that are eligible because it's the highest number, or do you hold on to it and then risk having a worse pick later? So, I mean, there's a lot of choices here, but I give this way more luck on the luck strategy balance.
So I give it a little bit more strategy. I think that knowing what colors or deciding what color you're going to get the most of so that it only counts for 1 point is huge. And the guy who lost that Tom was talking about, he ended up getting a lot of cards all at the end, and they all count for points. He wasn't able to turn any of them over to get 1 point each. And so because he wasn't able to get the most number of each color, of the colors he had. And so I think there's a bit more strategy than Tom led you to believe, because there is, you do have a choice of 5 different cards, and you only play 1 a turn, so you're always going to have those 5 cards. So I think knowing what colors you want to pick up and which ones you don't, that's a little bit more strategy. But again, it's a game with cards, so it is going to have some luck. Fun versus boring. As cool as this game looks, I think this game, again, is really nice looking. It is not the most exciting. I like the concept. I've never seen a game that has a concept like this where it's a parade and where it's this stuff, but it doesn't. It's not exciting. But it is. It's an okay game. I would say this is an okay game. It's a decent game. Um, and for the size that you get, sure.
It's kind of boring. I'm just not really. It's not compelling. I don't care what's going on other people's turns. I mostly just want to play for my turn, and I just as I watch what happens, I'm just kind of counting down the time until it gets back to where I can make a decision. And even my decisions aren't that fun. I mean,
GG rating?
I would say it's not terrible. I think I would give it a 5 as a take it or leave it because it's short enough as a filler that it's not going to kill my night to play it. I'm not sitting down to like strap on for 4 hours of just horrifyingly boring gameplay. But it's not got anything to write home about either. What about you? I give it a 5.
I would give it a 6 or 6. Let's say 6. I think it's just above that. I'm not quick to suggest it, but I wouldn't turn it down because it is a quick filler game and it has a different mechanic than I've seen in other games. So that is fun to me. Oh, and it looks very nice. Every time we get to multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite superhero icon. So make sure to subscribe now.
Because it could be you that wins.
Parade. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.